exceptional from the speed, the lightning speed with which they've run between the wickets. And look at the partnership, that 90 from 56 balls, with 51 contributed from Cammy, but most of those being scored with the feet, not by the hands.
And only 5 boundaries in that 90 run accumulation. This is a bit of a roll of the dice here. Mark Watt's going to have a change of ends. They need a wicket this over. They desperately need it, Scotland. Required run rate still hovers around 10 and over. Reminder, Nepal have only passed 300 once in their ODI history. This would be a record total and a record chase. We've got another fantastic finish in our hands. Everyone around the ground is on their feet pretty much now. Cut away behind square. Pressure going to be on Sharif. Can he keep it to 1 this time? Yes, he can. Good fielding.
Excellent fielding. Excellent throw back in as well. This is the problem. It's those kinds of balls that have gone to just the regulation fielders that have been getting 2 on. Absolutely brilliant.
The leg side will be given as a wide. That will help. Nepal just had the most brilliant message from back in Nepal. He said Nepal is the only country in the world. This has helped into the leg side, wide of McMullen. Marie's going to want a second, but says no. Only country in the cricketing world whose highest total in their cricketing history is in T20I cricket, not an ODI cricket, because of course they made 314 against Mongolia. It's a good chance to change that today, he says. Absolutely is.
Yeah. That is a brilliant stat, by the way.
Ridiculous stat. Remember, Iris set a record that day that could never and will never be broken with the 9-ball half century. It's not possible to break it. It could be equalled. If he's there at the death, it'll be his name up in lights yet again for Nepal. 47 to win off 28. Irie is still not hitting boundaries. He just is scoring off every delivery. He must have run, what, 15 or 22s off his bat alone.
I thought you were about to say 15 or 20 kilometres, because that's felt like it. Oh, look how excited they are getting. And, well, Mark Watt, he's been trying to get that leg stump Yorker going, but he's given away a couple of wides.
Down the leg side again. I don't think this has hit anything. Going to be 2 more wides. You can see what Watt's trying to do. He's trying to spear it into the pads.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the concept. Nepal don't need 14, 15, 16 and over. They need 10 and over.
That was the ball he was trying to bowl, the last ball of the previous game that they played. Remember, that was called a wide, which ended the game.
Cut into the offside, but straight at Sharif. He did say that if they could keep Mark Watt wicketless, Nepal can win this game. They've got 2 more balls to do that with. Can the left arm spinner, the outstanding all-rounder for this Scottish side, can he influence the game with his final 2 deliveries? Not yet. Good sweep shot. Nepal are doing this so intelligently, aren't they? The required run rate under 10s.
That's a key, isn't it? Keeping it under 10. I'll tell you what, if they get to the last 2 overs and they only need 20 runs, you'd be backing them. You'd be backing them to do it in 1s and 2s.
Swept into the leg side, just going to be a single. Mark Watt is going to remain wicketless. And you would imagine that Nepal are maybe holding the aces as we enter the final stage of this match. 4 overs remain. It's exactly 10 and over required. 284 for 6. Well bowled by Mark Watt, but don't think it's going to be enough unless they can find a wicket or 2. Have a look here, Mel, at the graphic on your screen now. I said they've only made 13 century partnerships in their history. Make that 14, and it's thanks to a remarkable effort for the 7th wicket from Sampal Kami and Dipendra Singh Irie. This series has been as good as you would ever imagine. 4 unforgettable ODIs in Dundee.
Well, it really has, and it's been different each time. Today, as we see now, Barrington, Castle and Sharif just trying to work out what their plans are. I think it's not panic that set in, but they've been rattled by this running and frustrated because they've been unable to contain them.
It's very clever from Richie Berrington. Even if he might incur the wrath of the umpires at the end of the game, I think they bowled their overs well in time, so he can do this. He's trying to take the sting out of the game because all the momentum is with Nepal right now. Scotland have to change something, and these are the two crunch overs. That wind, 15 to 20 kilometres an hour, 59 metres the leg side, two right-handers at the crease. All it takes is a couple of pick-up shots, 3 or 4 boundaries, and this game is going to swing heavily towards Nepal, particularly if they're maximums. So Castle is going to say, okay, I'm going to come around the wicket, I'm going to bowl it a long way outside the off stump, and I'm going to try and protect that leg side. It means that square leg will be up in the circle, they'll have the 2 men square in the deep on the offside, and long off will be out as well. Don't go anywhere. It all comes down to this. 40 to win off 4 overs. Oh, well, that's not going to help. That is very nearly a no ball.
Wow. Yeah, well, you were right about protecting the leg side, but this has gone way down.
Now, the only reason that's not a no ball, it's the right decision, it is pitched past the stumps. It's one of those strange kind of unique aspects to the laws. I don't think it would have pitched on the playing surface, on the cut strip. It's a wide instead of a no ball. Full toss helped into the offside. That's where they want him to hit, and great fielding from the subfielder on Ollie Davidson. He picked up immediately that these guys have been running like the clappers and kept it to a single.
Yeah, so the plan is there. They're trying to bowl dry outside the off stump. Anything that touches the bat, they're going to run. And it feels like this over is so crucial now.
Worked into the leg side. It's going to be another one of those twos. They've done this so brilliantly, haven't they? Cannot remember a chase in the modern game, let alone years gone by, where they're getting regularly double-digit overs without hitting a boundary.
It's genuinely been the best running between the wickets I've ever seen. I honestly mean that. In any game ever. Nothing like this. This has just been incredible.
Done all the hard work. Still a lot of work to get over the line. Top edge. This could be the moment that changes things. The debutant comes round and holds on. Oh, what a catch. Under the maximum of pressure, Mackenzie Jones ends a sparkling innings from Dipendra Singh Airi, and the game twists and turns again, and the tactic of Charlie Castle, it works and gets the reward. What a catch this was.
Under pressure, on debut, got himself into a good position, eyes on the ball, took it cleanly. Wow, what a day he is having, Mackenzie Jones. And boy, oh boy, did Scotland need it. But Dipendra Singh Airi, what an innings that has been from him. A marvellous half century. 56 off 51, just the 2 fours. He has run himself into the ground and run Scotland ragged. It comes to an end, but look who's coming out now, Lenny. It is the folk hero, the man who gave us such entertainment 6 days ago, Karen Casey. Can he do it again?
Yeah, the Valentine boy, the Valentine man, the Valentine hero, all those years yonder. And on June 2nd here, he'll be known as the June 2nd man too. Not as tall a task required from him, only 6 big ones for Casey. If you think about it, 36 required, but what a catch. I have to say, when that ball went up with the swirling wind and having to run a long way across to his left, I had every thought that that catch would go down and maybe even spill off towards the rope. He's on his debut. A brilliant, brilliant catch, holding it under the maximum of pressure with his captain in his eye line too. Keep your eyes on that young man in the future, Mackenzie Jones. Incredible skills from him to hold on under the maximum of pressures. It ends a fantastic partnership, a century partnership, and the 2 great old pals, Sampal Kami and Karen Casey, are left with another chapter to write in their incredible legacy for this country. They have it all to do. Scotland are favourites, there's no doubt. They need 3 good deliveries to close it out, but don't rule out Karen Casey. Gets off the mark immediately. Cammy's quick, thinks of the second. KC sets off for it, throw goes to the keeper's end, cross palms it round the corner, and results a single.
Honest to goodness, how can we just have these two teams playing each other all the time? Scotland and Nepal, don't they provide some excitement and entertainment?
It's all happening here. Cammy's not even looking back. He just sets off immediately after one little look over his shoulder. KC wanted it, then he said no. Throw came in to cross. He had to dive. It actually hit Cammy in the back. As this goes straight up, it goes over the shoulder of Munsey. They will get back for the second this time. And still the boundaries aren't coming, but Nepal are just staying in the hunt because of all these twos that they've been running.
Well, the previous pairing with Irie and with Cammy out there, their understanding running between the wickets was so good as we see him try to carve that ball away. But now you've got Karen Casey in there with, well, will they have the same understanding running between the wickets? Not quite as quick as Irie.
Clubbed into the leg side. He's got a good piece of it. Has he got enough? Oh, yes he has. A flying fielder dives over the rope, but he heaves it for 6. KC was the hero in the first game. Is Sampal Cammy writing his name up in lights today? It's 297 for 7.
Well, he's chosen his moment, hasn't he? That ball, he shuffled across and gave himself the room to be able to play that shot. Played it beautifully, up and into the wind, and let it do the rest.
That's the key, isn't it? Hitting with the wind. Might have just got a little bit too predictable. Cammy knew the angle of the ball was coming, managed to shuffle across and heave it into the leg side. Fantastic execution from Sampal Cammy. Who writes this young man's scripts? It's going to be a 20-year-old on his international debut who's just taken a brilliant catch. It looks like he's maybe going to be entrusted to bowl the 48th and the 50th over. Has that extra pace, has that extra bounce. Can he handle the pressure? What a way to make your international debut.
Well, it's a huge call by Richie Berrington, and shows he said when he presented him his cap to Mackenzie Jones, we will be right behind you all the way. Well, if this isn't a captain right behind his debutant, I don't know what is. Run rate required now, just 9 runs from these final 3 overs.
Big pressure on the young man. Karen KC obliterated out of the ground. The broad shoulders of the man from the far west doing it again for Nepal. The 300 comes up for just the second time in Nepal's ODI history. There's every chance they might just break their record total and break their record run chase here. Are they in control, Mel?
Well, and break Scottish hearts as well. And the Valentine man is becoming a specialist at breaking Scotland hearts. Tough initiation for Mackenzie Jones.
KC guides it away straight to the fielder. Such is the pressure, the fielder doesn't even throw it, George Munsey. Even the men in the circle aren't saving the single now.
Well, the problem was Mackenzie Jones, he was halfway down the pitch and he's followed through. No one back at the stumps, and that was probably the end where there was the best chance of effecting a run out. And calm, it's always so calm, Richie Berrington. Just trying to instill confidence.
Cardiac kids doing it again. Heart rate's elevating, pulses leaping. Top edge, going to go over the head of the keeper, over the head of George Munsey. It's going to fly to the rope. Nepal, well, are they eking closer? Are they sensing history in Scotland? Scotland must be thinking, surely not again. And look at the 12th player. They're doing their thing for Nepal yet again.
Unbelievable stuff. It's gone for the risk. Just gets the top edge, but he's got enough on it. And boy, oh boy, I think they're in the box seat now, Lenny, or is there another twist to come?
There's always another twist, Mel. There's always a twist in this league. 16 to win off 15. You can sense a wicket's going to come for the young man now and give us another agonising moment. What a chase it's been, whatever happens from here. Incredible from Nepal. Dug in, good bouncer. Really good bouncer, nothing wrong with that. A crucial dot ball, the first dot ball in what feels like an eternity.
I can't actually remember the last one, but this is what Mackenzie Jones has, that extra height, the ability to just bang the ball in. And we saw him take wickets with it earlier. Boy, wouldn't they love him to do that again now. But a dot ball, almost as valuable at this moment in time. They need some more of them.
Desperately need a wicket, Scotland. Dug in, and it's another dot ball, back-to-back dots. That's the first time that's happened in a long time. Nepal having done all of the hard work, it's sometimes almost harder to get over the line, isn't it? Don't need big hits now, 1s and 2s will do.
Well, this is terrific from Mackenzie Jones after being hit for 6 and 4 in the first 3 balls. He's just employed that short ball really well. He's given it that little bit of extra kick of pace. Can he get out of the over with another?
16 to win off 13. Jones delivers, Cammy hits it up, Charlie Tier goes back and juggles and holds on. Somehow the kick of the ball afterwards and Cammy's odyssey is going to end. And it does go to Jones. There is always a twist and turn between these two sides. Scotland fight back, the debutante is 3. Are we going all the way again?
Oh, I can't take it, Lenny. He does get that extra bounce again, and it draws the top edge. Well taken in the end after the initial juggle. Boy, oh boy, how fast is Charlie Tier's heart racing right now? Oh, Sompal Kami, it's been a wonderful innings from him. Can't see it home. What have we got coming next? I can't tell you because my heart race is racing like it's never raced before. 2 overs remaining. Oh boy. But what an over for Mackenzie Jones, playing in his first international match for Scotland.
Look at the questions that are being asked, and really particularly this 49th over. They're worried, aren't they, Mel, about that leg side. They're worried about how do they find a way to cope with that leg side and the breeze, because KC, he knows that Sandeep Lamachani can bat, there's no doubt about that, but he won't get much assistance from Lalit Rajbanshi. So I think he's going to maybe look for 1, if not 2 big hits in this penultimate over that will likely be bowled not by Charlie Castle, but a change in bowling. Brandon McMullen. How is McMullen now the one who's chosen to bowl at the death? Another twist, another turn. Lamachani will be at the non-strikers end. It ends a career best innings from Sompal Kami. What a knock it was. It's the highest aggregate match ever in the history of Scotland and Nepal ODIs. It's already within 2 runs of Nepal's highest ever total, but it won't matter for anything if they can't get these final 16 runs. 16 to win off the final 2 overs, and so much rests on the shoulders, as so often, of the broad-shouldered Karen KC.
Oh, Brandon McMullen, not a noted death bowler, but he's been forced into this role now in bowling the penultimate over. He's bowled well today.
Here we go, 2 overs left. Looks for the Yorker, digs it in, and KC loses his bat, so with it he'll lose any chance of getting a second. As McMullen looks to have done himself a nuisance as well and has fallen through such drama yet again. McMullen looks in real trouble here.
Oh, he is barely able to hobble back. I hope he hasn't done anything serious. It was a terrific delivery.
Does bowl a good Yorker, Brandon McMullen. Doesn't use it too often because he's noted as a length bowler, but look at this, the perfect Yorker. KC has fallen through, lost his bat, he lost his footing, he ended up falling over. It's all happening again. Will McMullen be able to complete this over, or will they have to turn back to Charlie Castle? It looks certain that the 20-year-old on debut, it looks like he's going to bowl the 50th and final, if we get there, of course. 15 to win off 11, McMullen's just going to find a way to get through it.
Just gave the thumbs up to the umpire, but he's clearly not comfortable. You can see the grimace on his face. Just trying to work out what he's done.
Sandeep Lamachani will face his first delivery, gets enough to get at least a single. Will Karen KC want the second? He thinks against it, probably rightly so. Means he'll keep the strike. Surely the approach here with that wind blowing so heavily to the leg side, the shorter boundary, Mel, has to be for KC to get at least one boundary this over to that shorter side.
I'd say he'll be going for 6. He'll try and get it up into the wind. This is a brave effort from McMullen too. He's not comfortable, he keeps going.
14 to win off 10 again, it's into the block. Oh, Lamachani was a bit slow to get off the mark. The fumble won't allow the second. After so much brilliant running, that wasn't a particularly good piece of running. They could have got 2 there, and they didn't. Is the game swinging Scotland's way now? 13 to win off 9. You sense Nepal need a boundary.
Well, they do need one, and again, Berrington just taking his time here, calming things down. You can see that he knows that McMullen has just bowled those Yorkers really well. Now he's got Lamachani to bowl that. It's so tight this game, Eddie. I can't pick it.
13 to win off 9. Don't rule out the super over. 12 off 9 would send us off to that in the gathering gloom. Doesn't deliver it. I think he's just lost his footing as opposed to anything else. The Nepal fans and the Scottish fans, everyone on their feet. It's freezing cold still, isn't it? Bitterly cold. Who's it going to be, Mel?
No, I can't pick it. You don't put this on me. I cannot pick it, Lenny. It's just, God, just cardiac kids.
Mel's calling the super over. Full toss, spoke down towards long off. Who fields cleanly will be just the single. Lamachani gets KC on strike, maybe not the worst result. Surely KC is thinking a boundary, one of these 2 deliveries.
Has to be. Can he get it up into the wind? Do we find another Yorker out of Brandon McMullen? He knocked him off his feet before.
Hits it towards long on, hits it wide and long on. Does get the boundary. And Karen KC is at it again. It's 8 to win, there's 7 balls to do it. Scotland, Nepal, there's something in the water between these 2.
Went for the Yorker. Maybe didn't get it quite as full this time, but it's played beautifully by the broad-shouldered Karen Casey. Is he going to be the hero for the 2nd time in a week for Nepal? Might have to share the honours with a few others.
8 to win off 7, KC on strike. Gets an inside edge. I think he'll just want the single. He wants the strike. He wants to do it his way. He wants to get them home again. He'd like to do it, not going to the final ball. Here's the shot down the ground. The long on fielder, Mel, was wide because of the wind. And that big pocket down there in the corner, it's almost impossible to defend. With just 6 deliveries left, is 317 for 8. Nepal needs 7 to win. The most extraordinary comeback it maybe ever witnessed.
Aside from the one 6 days ago, Lenny. It really is something else. And what I love to see is this belief that the Nepal side has in their ability with the bat. We saw it 6 days ago on this very ground. Are we seeing it again? They don't feel like there's any limits on what they can do, what they can chase down.
It's a new belief, Mel, isn't it?
It is.
Instilled by Stuart Law, the calmness. Not sure if Stuart Law is calm. It's not going to be the debutant to bowl the final over. Where is Stuart Law? Just to the left there. If we look to the left, Nick Pothis is on his feet. Welcome to cricket in Nepal. Gyanendra Malla is there with him. And then Stuart Law's hiding in behind the Nepal flag, talking to the vice captain. Stuart Law's just saying to Nick Pothis, yeah, this is how it usually goes, mate, with the cardiac kids. It's going to be Safi and Sharif. Who will it be? Sharif or KC? Chipped up in the air. Does it get over the head of Charlie Tier? It does. He's probably going to cut it off. I think they'll just run the 2. They're thinking of the 3rd. Lamachani wants it, but KC wants the strike. A 6 will do it. A 6 will win it for Nepal. There's a punch of the bat in frustration from KC. He thought that was going to be that.
Well, a shout out to Charlie Tier, because that was brilliant fielding. Wasn't going to get there. Look at the speed at which he chases it down, and the turn and quick release. Didn't get all the way in, but it was enough to stop them from taking an extra run.
Short ball. Is there glove on this? Massive appeal. No. KC did have a little bit of a guilty look back. This will make for an interesting replay. Good short ball. Surprise delivery from Safian Sharif.
I'll just take another look. It was a good shot.
Oh, no. No. Has that come off something? There was a guilty look, wasn't there, from Karen KC. Not much of an appeal from Matthew Cross, a big appeal from Sharif. We're going all the way again. It's 5 to win, 4 balls to do it. KC on strike. Goes miles up. Fine leg, nestles underneath it, and holds on! Sharif roars! It's the debutant again! Jones takes the catch, and it's only Raj Banchi in the hutch. The tactic of going short, brilliant from Sharif, brave from him. What a catch, not for the first time, the second time from the debutant. And if Nepal are going to do it, they're going to do it 9 down again.
Oh, Mackenzie Jones, what a day out he's having on debut. His third catch of the match. He's taken a couple of wickets. Again, had so much time to think about it. Dropped in front of him. Remember, the wind is hurling around, but look at that. Yes!
Tough to say the least. 2 extraordinary catches under the maximum of pressure. And with Lalit Rajbanshi really not known for his batting, there's only going to be one way Nepal will win this now. Rajbanshi will have to get a single and leave it to Lamachani to have 1 or 2 balls to hit a boundary to win it. KC's gone for 17 off 10. He won't be the hero today. And Nepal are right on the brink. But are they going to be able to get over the line? 5 to win off 3. It's another all-time classic in Dundee. Whatever happens.
Can't take this. Can't take this.
Incredible see. What a catch. 2 quite brilliant catches with the wind, with everything going about, all the fans in the background really cheering for it to be dropped. What incredible presence of mind from the young man. He almost doesn't know what to do. Such was his delight. And Safian Sharif roared too. A belter, maybe even better than 6 days ago, whatever the result. Can Rajbanshi get a single? Will Berrington be tempted to squeeze his fielders in? I think they'll know Rajbanshi well enough to know he's unlikely to hit a boundary. Surely he will look for one and look to hand it over to Lamachani to win it for Nepal.
And what an over this has been at the death from Sharif. Really smart. The experience and the calm, and the calmest man out there looks like Richie Berrington. I don't know how he does it.
Nobody's on the single really. Can Rajbanshi get one to give Lamachani the strike? Here we go. It's the Yorker. They're going to run it anyway, and they'll get the bye. Whoa. I think Matthew Cross got caught in 2 minds, whether to throw at the stumps or whether to get it back to Sharif. A great call from Sandeep Lamachani. Brilliant presence of mind from him, and he's got the chance to be the winning hero now.
Well, he had the glove on. He was in 2 minds. Lamachani has set off so quickly. Oh boy.
Very good game awareness. Very, very impressive. It's going to come down to the barest of margins yet again. Whatever happens here. 323 for 6 Scotland made in the first innings thanks to that late assault, making 120 off the final 10 overs. It's 4 to win. They've got 2 balls to do it. They could do it with 2 twos. I don't think they'll run a single. Don't think they'll leave it up to Rajbanshi. It's going to be on Lamachani's shoulders either way. Where does Sharif go? Does he bang it into the surface, or does he go full?
Well, that's the discussion they're having right now. Richie Berrington and Safian Sharif.
There's an agonising calm just across the ground now.
It's not calm, it's anxiety, Lenny. What are you talking about?
The crowd have been becalmed because of the nerves and the anxiety. Still no one on the single. Those in the deep though are 5-10 yards off the rope at long on. And deep mid-wicket, Lamachani 4 to win, 2 balls to do it. Bowled into the slot. Can they hustle to get the second? They're going to think about it. I don't think it's going to be possible. And remarkably, with Sharif nailing the Yorker, it's going to be up to number 11, Lalit Rajbanshi, to try and scramble to get us to the super over. Or can he find an outside edge and find a boundary to win it?
Brilliant from Sharif, and it was the fielding, his own fielding off that delivery that prevented the extra run as well. Has the brilliantly executed Yorker. Again, the discussions are on, the wheels are turning in the brains as they try and work out where they put their fielders to try and eliminate the extra run.
I think the umpire there, Gazzy, was just confirming that we will be off to the super over with the 2. I think that's what he's confirming to the Scottish team. So 1 doesn't matter. If it's a single of any kind, it will be Scotland that win it and pull it out of the fire in the most dramatic of circumstances. 2 were off to the super over, 3 or more, surely they're not going to run 3, but any boundary will win it for Nepal. Lalit Rajbanshi is not known for his batting. He's a fine left arm spinner. He's probably never really been in a position like this before in his 26-year-old life. His highest score in his career is just 11 across 62 internationals. But if he hits a boundary here, he'll be known as the best batter ever to come out of Nepal. It's going to be 2 for the super over. 4 or 6 will win it. The ball feels like it's going to take an eternity to bowl. Very wisely, the man at deep third is going back, but that means somebody else has to come up, and that is going to be mid-on. I think he's probably going to look to go full. Can Rajbanshi manufacture a boundary? Whatever they've got to do, they've got to keep running Nepal. If they can run 2, we'll have the super over.
Well, the Yorker has worked well for him so far. What an amount of pressure to come onto one of Scotland's most experienced heads in this side. Safian Sharif comes down to him.
Here we go. It all comes down to this. 2 for the super over, 3 or more to win. Bowls him! Bowls him, bowls him, bowls him, and Scotland win! Not Nepal this time. A heroic effort from everyone, but Safian Sharif's experience and class has got Scotland over the line. Crestfallen Rajbanshi and a devastatingly disappointed Sandeep Lamachane too. Nepal have pushed Scotland right to the brink, but it wasn't to be today. We've witnessed another epic. Somehow Scotland have won by 2 runs.
Unbelievable. What have we witnessed today? In the end, Safian Sharif takes 2 wickets in the final over. I thought Nepal were home and hosed, but just at the end, the catching from the debutant in Mackenzie Jones, the bowling at the end from Safian Sharif, the calm head of Richie Berrington. They are able to defend what had seemed impossible. Look at them. They're out on their feet. It has been an incredible game.
Here's a winning moment. He got it full, he got it straight, and perfect. Hits the top of middle. And Safian Sharif, often the unsung hero. He picks up 2 wickets. Look at the joy and the delight. Quite brilliant, the fight back. Remember, he was expensive earlier in his spell, and he was the one chosen with the extra experience. Scotland is still looking shocked, shell shocked. They can't believe they've won it. Another one of the great all-time ODIs belongs to here in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. Ultimately, associate cricket the winner. Yet again, Scotland, the worthy victors by 2 runs.
And with that final wicket, Safian Sharif, I should say, I can barely keep it together, my voice is going. Calm down. Safian Sharif has become the equal highest wicket taker for Scotland, along with Majid Haq. So what an incredible moment that is for him. And I think he's going to hold that record on his own at some point very soon. But brilliant from him at the end. Talk about keeping cool under pressure.
Yeah, incredible. Really quite remarkable. Cardiac kids living up to their names yet again. I think Stuart Law might be having a word with them at the end, saying actually we should have won that game. For much of the last 4 or 5 overs they were probably favourites, but Nepal have pulled it out of the fire. 50s from Kami, Anairi and indeed Bim Sharkey. Not enough. The difference between the teams yet again the high scores and the way in which Scotland cashed in at the death, the margin, it couldn't have been any closer. All three results were possible if you include the super over going into the final over, particularly in the final delivery. But somehow, for once, Karen KC came up just short after his great mate's heroic. Sampal Kami, a career best for him, but not quite enough.
Well, I said it just before the end, can we just have Scotland and Nepal playing all the time? Because we have had two absolute classics. The result of each going either way, but it has been brilliant entertainment. Heavens above, make sure you don't miss any more of this round of matches, because it has been a brilliant set of fixtures here at Forfeiture for the ICC Cricket World Cup League 2. What a match. Scotland, in the end, victorious by just 2 runs.
Miraculous stuff, really, from everyone involved. Incredible to think they nearly got to that 324 total. No one making more than Bin Sharkey's 73. The 7th wicket partnership, well, it was a joy to watch, wasn't it? The way in which Dipender Singh Airi and Sampal Kami went about it.